This video is to show how to construct an angle congruent to a given angle. So I'll start out by drawing an angle on the paper. I'll do an acute angle first, and then I'll do an obtuse angle in a few minutes. So I've drawn this angle, and I'll call it angle ABC. And I want to construct an angle that's the same size, and I want to make it facing angle ABC. So I'm going to draw a ray on this side, and I'll call it ray DE. And so I want to construct a congruent angle. So what I'll do is I'll put the center of my compass on point B, and then holding the center of the compass, I'll find an arc measure that will cross both sides of my angle. So in this case, I'm looking at about 40, and I can draw an arc all the way through the angle if I want, or I can just draw two marks, one on each ray. That's what I'm choosing to do here because I don't want anything in the middle. So that's 40. So I'm going to bring my compass over to point D, and I'm going to draw an arc out at 40 on ray DE. I also need to draw an arc over on the other side of the angle where I think the angle is going to cross. So I'm going to maybe go a little bit bigger on this side. Now I have these two arcs here which are equidistant from point B, and these two arcs here which are equidistant from point D. So what I need to do at this point is measure the distance from C, sorry, not from C, let's call this point X and point Y. So from point X, I need to measure the distance to point Y. So using my compass, I'm going to find that intersecting place. It looks like it's at 39. So I'm going to draw an arc at 39. Now I slide my compass over here. You can see I just named that point Z. I'm going to slide my compass over to point Z, and I'm going to draw an arc at 39. That was the measurement I just took over on this side over here. I'm going to call this intersection point W, and now I know that the distance from B to X is equal to D to Z, and the distance from B to Y is the same as D to W. So if I draw ray DW, I now have two angles that are congruent. So angle ABC is congruent to angle WDZ. And I can take my protractor and measure it if I want to, but I think you'll just have to trust me on this one. That's all there is to it. Let's try one with an obtuse angle right now. So if I start out by drawing an obtuse angle, and we'll call this ABC. I want to construct an obtuse angle that faces the other way. So we'll just start with a ray right here, and we'll call this ray DE. So just as I did before, I'm going to start by putting my center on point B, and I'm going to find an arc that crosses both sides of my angle. So it looks like I don't want to go much past 50, or I might get too close to the point that I already have here. So I'm going to choose 50 and go over to this side and use 50 again. Then I'm going to move my compass so that the center is on point D, and using 50, I'm going to draw an arc, and then swiveling it down to the bottom side, I'm going to draw an arc that's a little bit bigger because I want to make sure wherever that obtuse angle is that it's going to cross this arc. Now I'm going to take my protractor, and once again we'll call this point X and point Y, and we'll call this point Z so we can have something to refer to. So I'm going to put my compass on point X, the center, and I'm going to look for the intersection at point Y. It looks like 84 is a little bit on the inside, so I'm going to choose 85. I'm going to make a mark right at 85. And now I'm going to come up here. My center has to be at Z up here. So I have to find 85. It's right here. And I'm going to draw an arc with 85. And here's my new intersection, point W. So I draw the ray DW. And I now know that those two angles are congruent. Angle ABC is congruent to angle WDE. Or WDZ, it doesn't really matter. Okay? There you go. 2 examples for you.